has been preserved, we believe, since the time of the Prophet till now, word for word, letter for letter, haraka or vowel sign for vowel sign.
There has never been two copies of the Quran that are different even in one letter or one word.
So we believe in that one Quran, memorized letter by letter, word by word. Said by all the da'is, all the popular dawagandas, that there's only one Quran, memorized, untouched, uncorrupted, never to be changed, never has been changed. You all heard this before. Well, today I brought some friends along with me, and we're going to give you guys 5 Quran variants that every Christian should know. You guys should have this all in your pockets, in your back pockets, whenever you're talking to a Muslim. 5 Quran variants, easy to explain, easy to show to your Muslim friends. And I brought my friends to talk about this. Jai and DLC, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey.
What's up, man? What's up? What up, DLC? You in there?
I'm in there. How are you?
Pretty good. All right, guys. So we got 5 Quran variants, easy ones, right? Now we're not talking about English, translations that are different, right? We're talking about the Arabic, different versions of the Quran, different variant readings that aren't just dialect changes, but are, different words that change the meaning. That's what we're talking about, right, guys?
That's exactly right. That's exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about differences in the Arabic text, different versions of the Arabic text.
Perfect. All right. So with that being said, one of these that come to my mind, if you guys have been watching the channel for a long time, you guys are familiar with this one. But we have that comes to my mind is chapter 37, verse 12. Now, I got my Arabic speakers here so they can break this down. Now, DLC, do you mind reading this? If you could see this, can you read this for me in the Hafs version?
Yep. The Hafs version says, بَلْ عَجِبْتَ وَيَسْخَرُونَ. So the word that is in question is عَجِبْتَ, which means you are amazed or surprised.
You are amazed. Now, who's the speaker, Jai, in this context? In chapter 37, verse 12, who's the one speaking?
This is Allah speaking to Muhammad.
So Allah speaking to Muhammad, and he says, you were surprised while they mocked, or you were amazed while they mocked. So Allah speaking to Muhammad. But when we scroll down here and we see all these different, readings of the Quran here, they're mostly the same. But we get down to Al-Kasai and Al-Hamza. We get here, what does it say here, DLC?
He says, بَلْ عَجِبْتُ وَيَسْخَرُونَ.
Now tell us what the difference is.
What's happening here is Allah speaking again, but he changes the pronoun. He says, بَلْ عَجِبْتُ وَيَسْخَرُونَ. عَجِبْتُ, that's the word difference. If you remember in the Hafs, it was عَجِبْتَ. Now what's the difference here? It says, I was amazed.
Wow.
So Allah is amazed now. Before it was Muhammad who was amazed.
So here's the big difference. We got Allah, who is the speaker. He's the speaker in both versions of the Quran. He's the speaker. And yet we have Allah saying in one version, he says, you were surprised while they mocked. While in the other one here, he says, I was surprised while they mocked. So the Muslims can't say, oh, well, this dialects and, they all carry the same meaning. No, the meaning literally, it changes the entire context. Was it Muhammad who was surprised, or was it Allah who was surprised? Now, if you want to say both, and then, by all means, Allahu Alam, say both. Both Allah and Muhammad were surprised, but you can't say that this isn't a difference, and that doesn't change the meaning. All right, guys, so that was chapter 37, verse 12. Have that in your bag. Easy variant to show a Muslim. And we got another one. So that's number 1. Number 2, we got Surah 10, verse 16. Now, Jai, go ahead and talk to us about this. What's this one about?
Okay, here is one that is a contradiction. A lot of times, Muslims will ask you, okay, show me where they contradict. All right, here's where they contradict. Chapter 10, verse 16 says, say, if Allah wills, I would not have recited it to you, nor would he have made it known to you, nor would he have made it known to you. Now, if we look into the Arabic here.
Okay, so that's the Hafs. That's where we want you to look. He would not have made it known to you. وَلَا أَدْرَاكُمْ. That's where the elongated sound, it means no, not known to you. He would not have made it known to you. That's what most Muslims know about.
And then we go to one of Ibn Kathir's readers, Qunbal, and he says,
وَلَا أَدْرَاكُمْ بِهِ. No elongated anything. It's very short, which means he would have made it known to you.
Oh, wow. Those are 2 contradictions. One says he would not have made it known to you. The other one says he would have made it known to you. There's no way out of this one. This is a clear contradiction.
That's clear cut.
But don't take our word for it. They talk about it in the Muslim sources, like in Tafsir Jalalain here, which is available online to everyone. It does admit this variant reading, as you see here in the highlighted versions. One says, nor would he have made it known, and the other says he would have made it known.
Wow. Yeah, there's no way out of this. So even their scholars are seeing and admitting that this is a contradiction. So you can go on altafsir.com, pull up Jalalain's Tafsir, and you can see it for yourself and show the Muslims that even their scholars are acknowledging that this Surah 10, verse 16, has a variant reading that contradicts. So now, if they're asking for variants with contradictions, we have those. If they're asking for variants that show a change in meaning, we have those. So these are two. We got Surah 37, verse 12. We got chapter 10, verse 16. Here's a third variant that you should have in your pocket. As a Christian, you should be able to show this to a Muslim. Go ahead, Jai, talk to us. Walk us through this.
This one is a legal variant. What do I mean by that? I mean that depending on which version of the Quran you're reading, changes and affects how you practice the religion of Islam.
So the verse here is about how you redeem a missed fast. So when Muslims miss fasts in Ramadan, they have to make them up. In Surah 2 verse 184, it says, Fidyatun ta'amu miskin. Fidya means the redemption. Ta'am means the feeding of. Miskin is the word here that you need, which we've written here, transliterated here. One poor person, singular, miskin, one poor person. That's Hafs. So for every missed fast, you have to feed one poor person. However, in the other version, famous version actually called Warsh, it says Fidyatun ta'ami masakin. Masakin is the word here. So here the redemption is by feeding plural people, and in the Arabic here the plural is more than two. 3 or more. Okay, so if you're living in a part of the world that reads the Hafs Qur'an, if you miss a fast, you have to feed one person per missed fast. If you're in a part of the world that reads the Warsh Qur'an, for every missed fast, you have to feed 3 or more poor people. So what are you going to do?
That's tough. Allahu Alam. I probably have to say on that one, Allah knows best. That's tough. So for every fast day that I miss, depending on the Quran that I'm reading, depending on the Quran that I take authoritative, it determines how I make up that fast day. Now, the reason why this is so bad is because if I do this wrong, then I'm not purified before Allah. Is that right?
Correct. These fasts are obligation. They're obligatory. They're not voluntary. Which means that's why they don't go away if you miss them. Even if you're ill, you can't fast that day. You have to make it up. So the rules of Allah, what did Allah have in his mind? Was he particularly generous that day and said, just feed one person per missed fast? Or was he really strict about it and said, actually, it needs to be 3 or more per fast?
Wow.
It couldn't have been both. Which one was in the mind of Allah when he revealed that verse?
Wow. And I see that you got Al-Tabari there. What's Al-Tabari talking about?
So Al-Tabari here acknowledges that there's the singular reading, and then he also acknowledges that there are others who read it in the plural, poor people. So miskin, a poor person, masakin, poor people. So that's acknowledged by Muslim commentators as well, and by Muslim jurists.
Wow. So not only do we have variants that change the meaning, variants that contradict, but we also have variants that change the ruling, how you are to practice Islam and even purify yourselves, make yourself right, reconcile yourself back with Allah. If you miss a fast day, do you just feed a poor person and you're good to go? Or do you have to feed multiple poor people and then you're good to go? Allahu Alam. So that's 3 down. We got 2 more to go. We have a 4th Quran variant that you guys should know. We're giving you guys a list of 5 variants that every Christian should know. Here's number 4. Now, what we got here, Jai? Chapter 12, verse 90. What are we talking about here?
Chapter 12, verse 90, and what we have here is from the Bridges translation, Fadl Suleiman's translation of the Quran, where he actually notes in English some of the variant readings. So chapter 12, verse 90, the brothers of Joseph think that they see him in one version, and they know that they see him in another version. So in one version of the Quran, it says, they said, can it be that you are really Joseph? Can it be that you're really Joseph? They don't know. But if you see on the bottom here in the footnote, he notes that there's Ibn Kathir and Abu Ja'far who read it as, they said, you really are Joseph. Even with an exclamation mark, like there's an emphasis there. Yeah. So one reading, they're not sure. Could it be that you're Joseph? Are you really Joseph? Is that you? We don't know. And then the other reading, they're certain that that is really Joseph.
Wow. So we got uncertainty in one reading of the Quran. We got certainty in the other. And these both can't be, because these are the same. This is the same conversation, same instant, right? The same scenario. This isn't both having, two different scenarios. This is the same exact conversation being had, and it's being rendered differently in the different Qurans. Is that right?
Exactly. And it's not some brothers said this and some brothers said that. No, it just says they said. So if you're reading one version, you're going to get the indication that they, plural, that they said, can it be you? Is that really you? They don't know. Then the other version makes you think that, no, they know for sure that it's him.
Right.
So it's not broken into different groups or anything like that. Those excuses don't work.
That's good.
We've got the Tabari who speaks about this, and in the Arabic, the Hafs Qur'an has it in the question mark where they say innaka la anta Yusuf, which means are you Yusuf? And he says in the other versions it's confirmation, it's affirmative. Innaka la anta Yusuf, you are Yusuf. And the Tabari actually prefers the question mark one.
So wait a second. You have Al-Tabari picking one reading of the Quran over the other one?
Yes, right here it says, Tabari, who's Abu Ja'far, he says, وَالصَّوَابُ مِنَ الْقِرَاءَ, which means the correct reading. He says, فِي ذَلِكَ عندنا, according to us, قِرَاءَةُ مَنْ قَرَأَهُ بِالْإِسْتِفْهَامِ, which means the reading of one who questions, the one with a question.
Hold on a second. Let's just get this straight. You mean to tell me, daughter of Christ, woman of God, that we have an Islamic scholar, historian, right? One of their best, one of their biggest, is saying that one of the readings of the eternal Quran, the eternal speech of Allah, is incorrect.
He's saying the correct one is this, which means the other is incorrect.
Exactly.
Because if it's both Allah, number one, it can't be, because what did Allah say? Okay, take two, redo scene with different line. Can't do that. What happened historically is one thing, and if it was both, if he felt that he respected both, he wouldn't say one is correct. That means the other is incorrect.
So the same theory, the same narrative that we usually get from these Muslims, that all of these Qurans, even though these are different dialects, and even though there can be variants, they're all equally the same. They're all equally correct and from Allah. This narrative is squashed. It's a myth.
Exactly. The early Muslims, like At-Tabari, did not believe that.
And nowhere did the Tabari said that this is dialect. He said one is a question and the other one is affirmation.
Amen. Wow, that's awesome. Now with this variant, guys, it's a good response to when Muslims say that, the variant readings just have to do with dialect and just how, certain Muslims and certain people around the world pronounce certain words and enunciate certain words. And, they have a different way of speaking, but it's the same word. It's the same script, right? It has the same skeleton and everything like that. Now, but with this variant, this doesn't work if words are actually missing, right, Jai and DLC?
Exactly. How does that work? One Quran has a word the other Quran doesn't have, or the other Quran has a word the other one doesn't have? I thought they were all the same.
They're supposed to all be the same, man. Just sound different.
That's what they say.
It tells me a scribe was sleepy.
Sleepy scribe.
Sleepy scribe.
So this is it, chapter 57, verse 24.
It says, those who are stingy and enjoin upon people stinginess, and whoever turns away, then indeed Allah is the free of need, the praiseworthy. So the bit that we want to focus on is the Allah free of need and praiseworthy, which in the Arabic it says, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْغَنِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ. And the huwa part is the problem.
Because we see it in some versions of the Quran, like Hafs, but it seems to disappear in other versions of the Quran, like Warsh.
So huwa means he is. So in this version, Warsh, there's no he is, which messes up the grammar. There's no is. So what are we going to do about this one? So what happened here?
Now this is interesting, just really quick, guys. So you can't pronounce a word that is not there, right?
Right.
You can't have a specific dialect on a word that doesn't exist in the text.
Exactly.
Wow. This is awesome. This is beautiful.
Yeah, so it's not just an accent, or it's not just a dialect. No, this is a completely missing word. Or if you take Warsh as the standard version of the Quran, you could say that Hafs and other versions added a word.
Depends on which Quran is your Quran, man.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
So we'll just read them so you guys can hear the difference. But the key thing that you want to be listening for is the word huwa. One of them has the word huwa, he is, and the other one doesn't have it at all.
Okay, so the Hafs one, which has it, it says, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْغَنِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ. And the one that doesn't have it says, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ الْغَنِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ.
No huwa.
So basically, it's like, you know, those find the difference puzzles. It's the same. Oh, difference.
Where's the difference?
You can see it with the eye even.
Wow, yeah. You can literally see it with your own eyes that a word is gone from the text, or a word is added to the text. You can clearly see it. So there you guys have it. 5 Quran variants that every Christian should have in their back pocket. We got chapter 37, verse 12. We got chapter 10, verse 16, chapter 2, verse 184, chapter 12, verse 90, and chapter 57, verse 24. Depending on which Quran is your authoritative Quran, depending on which Quran you got, is going to be how you're going to see these verses and how you're going to deal with these verses. And this is huge. This is huge because this demonstrates again, once and for all, that the standard narrative that the Quran is perfectly preserved right down to the letter. No difference in changes in the meaning, no difference in context. All of the words are preserved. This standard narrative got them whole.